Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm Xander Denke, and with me is AJ Dent, writer, photographer, and blogger of digitalaj.org, to talk about tonight's band, the Hoot Hoots.
As implied by their name, this band is an absolute hoot. Originally formed in Illinois by brothers Adam and Chris PRAIRIE, the four-piece is all about power pop and passion. Their Midwestern roots lend a welcoming, warm and fuzzy feel to their songs, while their current home base of Seattle comes through in their eccentric stage presence. They radiate positivity in both their songwriting and onstage outfits, as you're about to see.
Prepare for pure happiness. We'll be right back with the Hoot Hoots.
Hoot Hoots started with a doodle. Adam and Chris were playing cards with their parents, and Chris was doodling, and he basically doodled some owls with funny faces, and the O's were hoots. Kind of a cartoon band in a way. Not in a kid way, but sort of in a strange, goofy, weird cartoon.
We just tried it out at some shows, and people were like, hoot, 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 hoot.
It's just a fun thing. We're a fun band, so it's just a fun name to say. It doesn't really mean anything in particular.
I was hiding in the bushes. I was wondering when you would find me. Getting tired of this game now. Pretty bored and I'm getting hungry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Each day is like the next one. Damn furnace in a blue sky wasteland. Mountain ranges are the clouds now. My imagination changes them to
What we found out was that there's a Pokemon named Hoot Hoots.
We're Super Nintendo nerds. Definitely a happy accent, although it made it a little bit difficult to get our band name Google searchable.
It's honestly kind of life-affirming when we overtook Hoot Hoots on Google search. Like if you go on a computer and search Hoot Hoots, we show up before Pokemon. So.
Hello, I'm Christina, the keyboard player from the Hoot Hoots.
Hi, I'm Chris PRAIRIE, the drummer for the Hoot Hoots.
Hi, I'm Adam PRAIRIE from the Hoot Hoots. I'm the lead guitarist and singer.
Hello, my name is Ben.
I didn't finish it. I don't want that one. No. I'm Ben. I play bass for the Hoot Hoots.
I've been here too long. We can't wait to spend all my time under summer clouds to see all my heroes.
When people come to a show, they don't just want to see you play the music that's on your record. When we started, we just had a trunk full of random clothes, a bunny suit. We had one rainbow robe we had from Goodwill.
It's always kind of a fight, oh, who gets to wear the rainbow robe this time?
And we tried to find other ones, but it was impossible. So I found fabric that was similar to the one we had and made 3 more.
like to start shows out with rainbows, and then we usually ditch them because they get really hot.
We like to call ourselves like rainbow Jawas.
show is going well. I imagine it feels like, you know, in those action movies when you see like William Wallace like addressing the troops about what they're about to go like die and do, and people are cheering for them. When a crowd looks like it's going to be dead, I'd kind of just come back to the reality that I'm playing music right now, and there's not really anything else I want to be doing.
Just say it's fine, it'll be alright. Just say it's fine, it'll be alright. Just say it's fine.
So In the Air is, we used a sort of different keyboard. After you let go of the button, it continues to play. I could even take my hands off and still have that giant sound.
And then just like.
Our song In the Air is inspired by a friend of ours who is a pilot, and the lyrics are taken from a description of his first solo flight.
Mentor said it's time, find out the cockpit, and he left me behind. But I really thought maybe this is how I die.
In the Air, I have a great affinity for because it's written from a story from our old bassist, Fletch, about the first time he flew, and it's just, the imagery in it is just really special to me.
Heart skipped as my wheels and left the ground. Runway faded away and I took a look around. World stretched out below me, and I I'm all alone in the air. Woo! Just cruise to notice the sound of absolutely nobody else around.
The visual presentation, clothes-wise, we plan out. But as far as the physical interaction that we have with one another is, like we said before, a little bit planned out, but it's largely spontaneous. Ain't No Superhero was originally inspired by this guy that we met after a show who was just giving us song ideas. He's like, you need to write a song about a superhero who, like, he can't really do much, but he can kind of clean the dishes.
I don't have a ton of keyboard work to do on this one, so I tend to dance a lot.
Can't shoot lasers from my eyes.
So Christina and I were in the same year at Knox College, and we met our freshman year. We just ran into each other in a dorm, and that's history, as they say.
So we actually met a long time before we played music together, because I wasn't very good at music when we first met.
So
Hoots LP Color Punch, released in 2015, is the cure for any bad mood. Featuring songs about puppy love and first flights, from start to finish it's zappy and zany, silly and synthy. If harmonies and hooks could physically play hopscotch together, it would sound like this.
We'll be right back with the Hoot Hoots.
When I first met Chris and Adam, they both had really big beards, and I could not tell them apart. Yeah, Adam and Chris are brothers, so that's the oldest relationship in the band, obviously. They've been playing together since back when in Illinois.
I looked down from a rocket ship and I looked at the world and it looked like it, and I told me to tell you it. It told me to tell you it.
I've lived with him all but like 2 years of my life. I moved out here specifically to live with him and be in a band with him. I've seen him from the beginning of his music career and how much better he's gotten and how much more comfortable on stage.
What you think that phrase means? Hey man, this is the home. Go a little pride, take a little time. Hey man, this is your home. Show a little pride, take a little time to be the good guy.
So he has a vision and he goes for it and makes it happen, which is awesome because he's so driven that it just comes together really well.
I don't really think about it. I mean, I think that's kind of an aspect of family, right? Where like you just expect it to be there.
I was sitting on a branch in a tree. I was looking around when it spoke to me. Would you carry a message, please? Would you carry a message?
Chris is a really enjoyable drummer to watch.
Well, one of the things that people say most often about our performances when they come up and talk to us is that, like, your drummer is crazy. Like, Chris is so much fun to watch as a drummer.
My primary inspiration is probably Animal from the Muppets. I love how he played the drums.
I put that together before he ever told me.
Will save you. Hey man, this is your home. Show a little pride, take a little time. Hey man, this is your home. Show a little pride, take a little time to be the good guy.
Christina is like the most positive person I know. I don't know how she does it, but everything is positive. Oh, the universe is on fire. She's like, oh, everything's gonna be warmer.
She barely even played the keyboards when I moved here. Yeah, she's definitely gotten really solid, and she not only can be solid at the keyboard, but also she's just all over the stage the whole time.
Has the best dance moves of anybody in Seattle. At least she has no inhibitions.
So you have roommates, that's a relationship. Dating someone's a relationship, and band's a relationship. So we have all these new relationships with Ben, which means we get to know him a lot better. Let's see. Ben's great because he's a big nerd, like all of us.
He only started playing bass with us about a year ago, and he was already, a fan of ours, and he was really excited about joining the band. He's also a huge dork and into Star Wars and stuff like we are. So
I'm very busy, and I don't do a lot that isn't music, relationship, or going to work. And it's a pretty nice life. And then a lot of Netflix. Yeah, tons.
How I feel, getting ready so I can tell you. I wanna be there when you sleep. I wanna be there when you wake up. I wanna be there to see you roll out of bed.
of the Dead is about a video game.
Because we don't care where inspiration comes from, we just roll with it.
Video game called Shadow of the Colossus, and it rocks so hard. That's like our hard rock song.
Know that you're out there under the glassy sand. I'll be the first to fall at my feet by my determined hand. I look at this wasteland, desolation is all I view. I can't help but think of the course, thoughts they turn to you in the land of the dead. In the land of the dead, the black arms of my God. Their voices fill my head.
Both teaching yoga and being in a band takes a lot of effort. It sort of feels like I'm always being torn between the two. Like I really want to spend all my time doing this, and I really want to spend all my time doing that. So it's hard, but it's fun and interesting and challenging.
If I wanted to be rich, I would not be a musician. There's many other things that you could do to get rich quickly. But you do kind of hope that you can, pay your bills. We try not to plan things out too far ahead because in my experience, a curveball can be thrown your way in like 3 months and then all of a sudden you're in a different place.
It'd be awesome if we could all be Hoot Hoots for a living, but that's everybody's dream, so no holding our breath for that one.
Shouldn't die in the desert. Little boys will belong in the desert. My home is where my heart is right now.
And I have challenged myself to look at people in the eye, which is hard. Making eye contact with people you don't know or you don't know very well is difficult, but it's making a connection with somebody else. And I think music is great at making connections, and just making that physical eye contact makes it better.
Mostly, Adam learned how to play the guitar first, and he was forming a band, and he knew people who played bass and everything, and he's like, "Yeah, I need a drummer," and so that's how I started.
I think every rock band I've been in, Chris has been the drummer. So it's almost difficult for me to put it into words what it would be like if that weren't the case.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next.
And to stay up on the latest on the band scene, check out my blog at digitalaj.org.
You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.